I just leave. I go home. I go home to my life and I take care of my cat and do all the stuff I'm supposed to.
She's gone, vanished into thin air. No goodbye, no tearful monologue at The View's iconic table, not even a cryptic Instagram post. Just poof. Whoopi Goldberg has reportedly fled the United States, and not for a vacation. Oh no, this is something way darker. The reason? A jaw-dropping $800 million defamation lawsuit slammed against her by rising conservative firestarter Karoline Leavitt. And this isn't just legal drama. This is a full-blown media earthquake. ABC is reportedly in meltdown mode, producers scrambling, emails being wiped, ad deals frozen, and PR teams. They're not just strategizing, they're having nervous breakdowns behind the scenes. And Whoopi? According to insiders, she caught an international flight just days after the court fast-tracked the lawsuit's discovery phase. Coincidence? Please. Some are calling it a break. Others are whispering the word escape. So, what's the truth? Why did Whoopi vanish without a trace? And how did this lawsuit go from zero to Hollywood disaster mode overnight? Let's unpack this chaos, layer by layer, bombshell by bombshell. But before we do, smash that like button if you live for the drama, and hit that subscribe, because we're about to spill the tea the mainstream media won't touch with a 10-foot pole. Subscribed? Good. Let's get messy.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Let's rewind this chaotic saga to its spark point. What was supposed to be just another day at The View, a regular guest spot, another political figure stepping onto daytime TV's most unpredictable battlefield. But this wasn't just anyone. This was Karoline Leavitt. Young, razor-sharp, unapologetically conservative, and walking straight into enemy territory. Hair flawless, back straight, eyes locked in like a sniper. Karoline didn't flinch. She knew the battlefield, and she came prepared. But what happened next? Not a debate, not a discussion. This was a public ambush, thinly veiled as daytime dialogue. Joy Behar struck first, laughing off Karoline's credentials like she was a college intern auditioning for a White House tour. With her signature smirk, she snarked about Karoline's age, wondering out loud how someone who still needs a rental car co-signer could possibly advise on national policy. Then came Sunny Hostin, arms crossed, tone icy. She threw the phrase, "white privilege," into the air like a live grenade, detonating the mood. She accused Karoline of inheriting her voice rather than earning it, mocked her views, questioned her right to even be at the table. And then came Whoopi. With that classic eye roll and a sly smile, sharper than any headline, she dropped a line that would become legal history. You're not here because you earned it. You're here because of right-wing pity politics. The crowd laughed. The co-hosts smirked. Cameras zoomed in, probably hoping for a viral meltdown. But Karoline, she didn't blink. No eye roll, no angry monologue, just a calm smile. The kind of chilling composure that only comes from someone who's been underestimated their whole life and is about to make that mistake very, very expensive. What the hosts didn't realize? Karoline wasn't walking off defeated. She was walking out armed, no Twitter rant, no podcast pity party, no dramatic Instagram post. She went straight to her legal team. And The View? Oh, they had no clue the lawsuit missile that was already in flight. They laughed. She lawyered up.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
The internet exploded. No warning, no leaks, just shockwaves at sunrise. Headlines screamed, Karoline Leavitt sues The View. $800 million defamation case shatters daytime TV. Screenshots of the lawsuit lit up social media like a match in a gas leak. TikTok lawyers went line by line. Twitter threads turned into mini documentaries. And legal analysts, they called it what it was, a declaration of war against mainstream media bullying. But this wasn't your average defamation case, oh no. This was a 100-page legal cannonball aimed directly at Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and ABC itself. The charges: on-air sabotage, deliberate character assassination, premeditated public humiliation, coordinated political takedown. Karoline's legal team didn't just watch the segment, they dissected it like forensic scientists. They time-stamped every smirk, every eye roll, every laugh cue. Even the teleprompter prompts were analyzed, frame by frame, but the real bombshells? They weren't on air. They were behind the scenes. Internal ABC memos, production, meeting transcripts, off-camera audio, and one email that detonated the entire narrative. Open soft with Joy joke about youth. Let Sunny pivot to race angle. Whoopi can deliver the ideological kill shot. Another Slack message? Karoline is trending on Go Hard. This is our moment. Scripted, staged, savage. This wasn't just banter gone bad. This was a calculated hit job, caught in 4K and in writing. Legal experts across the board agreed. This wasn't just messy. It was malicious. Then Karoline's lawyer stepped into the spotlight, not behind closed doors, but on live national television, and dropped the quote that would go viral. This is not about silencing opinion, it's about protecting integrity. No woman should be invited on a platform just to be dismantled for sport. ABC went radio silent. PR teams scrambled like it was a 5-alarm fire. And Karoline? She didn't back down, she doubled down, and she was just getting started.
They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show, and it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million.
Whoopi did what Whoopi does. She brushed it off, laughed, and dismissed it as political theater. On air, she waved the lawsuit away like it was dust on her shoulder, but behind the scenes, cracks began to show. ABC insiders leaked that Whoopi started showing up late to tapings, her mood agitated and defensive. She clashed with producers, ignored segment notes, and skipped rehearsals. One writer reportedly said, "You could cut the tension with a knife." She was spiraling and trying not to show it. Then came the summons. Not a vague legal notice, not a polite letter, but a full-blown court order delivered to ABC headquarters. Whoopi's team tried to spin it, claiming it was routine and expected, but she wasn't expecting this. The court was accelerating the case. Karoline's team had filed a motion to fast-track the proceedings, citing overwhelming public interest and time-sensitive reputational damage. The court agreed. Suddenly, Whoopi wasn't laughing. She was panicking. One producer claimed they overheard her whisper backstage, "I didn't think she'd actually go through with it." And that's when reality hit. Karoline Leavitt wasn't bluffing, and Whoopi Goldberg was out of time. With the momentum squarely in Karoline's favor, her legal team didn't just push the gas, they floored it. What started as a bold lawsuit quickly evolved into a full-scale legal siege on ABC and The View's entire production infrastructure. And Karoline, she wasn't just leading it, she was laser-focused. Her lawyers demanded everything, not just surface-level transcripts or generic footage. No, they wanted the full skeletons, full access to production meetings, internal communications, every Slack message, Zoom call recording, show rundown, and even raw, unedited behind-the-scenes footage. And what they found was absolutely brutal. One leaked segment planning email had the subject line, "Karoline pokes strategy." The body of that email was even worse. Have Sunny hit her first with a race angle. Joy can slide in with a not qualified jab. Then let Whoopi handle Trump. We need her rattled. Make it look spontaneous. Another Slack thread showed producers suggesting, let Whoopi take it home with sarcasm, trigger her with tone jabs, keep cameras rolling for reaction cuts. Karoline's legal team played never before aired footage. In court, a moment where Whoopi's mic was still hot and she leaned over and said, "She's all scripted. Toss her a Trump grenade. Watch her freeze." Legal analysts in the courtroom gasped. A senior litigation expert on CNN Live said, "This isn't accidental bias. This was a production strategy to corner and humiliate a guest. That's not commentary. That's targeted character demolition." And the public? They flipped. Viewers who were once skeptical of Karoline started rallying behind her. Even neutral political figures began calling for an internal investigation at ABC. And Whoopi, she went from being the show's anchor to completely MIA. Just like that, she was gone. No dramatic monologue, no final mug sip at the end of an episode, no send-off from her co-hosts. Whoopi Goldberg disappeared from The View. ABC issued a vague email calling it a wellness break, but even that felt hollow. The timing was far too convenient, just 2 days before her scheduled court deposition. The optics weren't great. Sources inside the network paint a very different picture. One junior producer leaked a chilling comment from a closed-door meeting. Whoopi said she needed air. The next day, she was wheels up. No warning, no goodbye. Initial reports speculated she had retreated to a wellness center in upstate New York. But as hours turned into days, whispers became louder. An unconfirmed tip surfaced. A one-way private jet had taken off from JFK, bound for Florence, Italy, chartered under a private entity long associated with a known celebrity fixer. Some insiders claim she's hiding out in a Mediterranean villa owned by a Hollywood power couple. Others say she's on a private island in the Caribbean. The most damning part, she left right after the court ordered all parties, including the hosts, to appear for official deposition under oath, and Whoopi didn't show. Legal commentators exploded. You don't disappear before a deposition unless you've got something to hide. A Fox News analyst said bluntly, she ran. And Karoline's team, they said nothing, just smiled. Because in court, silence can speak louder than words. The second Whoopi's disappearance hit Twitter, the floodgates opened. Where is Whoopi? Began trending within the hour. TikTokers posted video mashups. One moment, Whoopi confidently mocking Karoline on air. The next, her courtroom sketch. Haunted eyes, clenched jaw, followed by a jet engine taking off. YouTubers dubbed it the View's Vanishing Act. One meme showed Karoline in a blazer holding legal documents while Whoopi clutched a passport on the tarmac. Caption, Karoline went to court. Whoopi went to Italy. It wasn't just conservative voices chiming in anymore. Neutral and even left-leaning. Commentators began raising eyebrows. This doesn't look like wellness. It looks like running. ABC tried to stem the bleeding, but their statement was generic, sterile, almost robotic. We support our talent in their personal health journeys. The public wasn't buying it. Ratings dipped. Advertisers paused campaigns. The View, once a daytime juggernaut, suddenly found itself as the subject of ridicule rather than the source of commentary. A viewer tweeted, "The show that used to hold people accountable can't even hold its hosts in the same time zone." The court of public opinion had voted, and it wasn't in Whoopi's favor. While the headlines swirl with rumors about Whoopi's disappearance, private jets, foreign villas, and media silence, Karoline Leavitt, oh, she's making headlines for all the right reasons. Let's paint the picture. Courtroom lights, national media watching, and in walks Karoline. No entourage, no theatrics, just her, a navy blazer, a neat ponytail, and a binder full of receipts. Legal analysts are calling her composure remarkably rare. Commentators across both liberal and conservative circles are stunned. One Fox News anchor called her the calm before a media storm, and MSNBC even admitted she's not just performing, she's presenting. Karoline Leavitt isn't yelling, she's not live streaming, she's playing the long game. Her strategy, crystal clear. Facts over flash. Strategy over spectacle. And it's working. Hashtags like "In Karoline Stands Tall," "View on Trial," or "Media Accountability Now," and "Truth Over Takedowns" are lighting up feeds from X to Instagram. Clips of Karoline calmly testifying while Whoopi's courtroom meltdown plays in split screen are going viral hourly. One TikTok creator summed it up perfectly. Karoline showed up with her hair tied and her case tight. Whoopi brought a smirk and fled. Another posted a video titled "How a 20-something conservative just turned ABC into a legal battlefield and won." Even prominent journalists who once dismissed Karoline as just another Gen Z Republican are now eating their words. Why? Because Karoline didn't show up to win a soundbite, she showed up to win a precedent-setting case. And if court watchers are right, she might just go down in history as the woman who ended a legacy talk show without ever raising her voice. And now, let's talk about the slow-motion implosion that is The View, plosion that is The View. scrambling like never before. One internal memo leaked and confirmed by multiple insiders literally said, "We are hemorrhaging trust, viewership, and credibility. We must prepare for the possibility of cancellation." Yikes. Bahar reportedly furious. Sources claim she told execs she feels thrown under the bus and is ready to walk. And Sunny Holland, her legal credibility is now a liability. Headlines are asking, how did the lawyer on set not see this lawsuit coming? Oof. Behind the scenes, set morale is at an all-time low. Crew members whisper, showrunners are reportedly auditioning backup panelists, and the network hosting emergency Zoom calls daily. Meanwhile, advertisers are pulling out. Sponsors that once paid millions for commercial slots during The View are quietly backing away, citing reputational risks. Some companies have even pulled all advertising from ABC's daytime lineup just to avoid association. And while the show collapses like a house of cards, Karoline, she says nothing. No victory lap, no tweet storm, just silent momentum. She's letting the show destroy itself. Because this isn't just about a conservative being attacked. This is about media crossing a line and learning what happens when the target doesn't take it lying down. And Whoopi, even if she returns, it won't matter. The damage is already done. The legacy she spent decades building is now permanently scarred with 2 words. Defamation lawsuit. All right, folks, now it's your turn. Do you believe Whoopi really fled the country to dodge the 800-meter heat? Should ABC pull the plug on The View before it drags the whole network down? And is Karoline Leavitt officially the most unexpected legal heavyweight of the decade? Sound off in the comments. I'm watching them like a hawk. And before you go, smash that like button, because Karoline didn't just clap back, she detonated a cultural reckoning. And Whoopi, she's not sipping tea behind that desk anymore. She's hiding while the rest of the world watches The View burn. Stay tuned, because this storm is just getting started.